Well, it was fun while it lasted. The Broncos lose 22 to 17 over the Houston Texans. So first, I want to say GG to loyal to Houston. It was a good game. I'm not gonna get as much into it because I don't feel like making a laptop video, so I did this off my phone. The offense was trash this game. This isn't what the Broncos team. They didn't have that fire this game like they did the past 5 games to win them those games. Russell Wilson, he played like shit in this game. He threw 3 picks. First one got deflected, interception. Second one tried to fit it in a sudden, gets undercut. Third one, the most brutal one of all the season, tried to throw it to I think it was Nate Atkins, and it gets picked off and to seal the game. The Broncos, they didn't convert one single third down. Offense wasn't good. Like they tried a lot of deep shots. A lot of them weren't working except the Cortland Sutton one at the touchdown. Cortland Sutton, I don't care. Like I don't give a shit if he had that touchdown. He dropped one early in the game where it's like, okay, the first one fine, that was good coverage. Then the second one right after, he gets a step and he drops it. I'm like, really? He gets a touchdown, so he has 9 on the year. Um, Defense on the start, fucking Alex Singleton. I'm not defending this guy at all, but you sometimes Singleton, you just gotta walk away. I know you don't like anyone in your face, but you just gotta have to walk away. Instead, it was a 15-yard penalty because trash talking or something like that, and Texans score off of it, and then I don't know why they didn't just call an offsetting penalty. Then they would redo the fourth down. Well, they would have did it because it might have been the false start would have counted against them still. Like Alex Singleton, like the guy, yeah, I know the guy's good in run stopping, good tackler, but the guy, his coverage is just mediocre, all right? It's not good. It's mediocre, all right? The tight ends didn't really do shit. In the start of the game, it wasn't, but in the second half, they didn't do anything. So I'll credit the linebackers for that. But secondary, Nico Collins, Fabian Moreau got killed in the game. He got burnt. Jaquan McMillan, he had a bad game. He did force that fumble, but we didn't recover it. The pass rush had 5 sacks. You know, McMillan had a sack. PJ Locke had a sack. Jonathan Harris had a sack. Alex Singleton had a sack. And Baron Browning and Zach Allen shared a sack. Jonathan Cooper's kind of pissing me off. He missed the sack against Minnesota. Like he could have just fell on that fumble. Instead, he tried to pick it up and it ended up being recovered by Houston. I'm like, oh my god. I really thought we had that fumble, but it is what it is. What else? I'm gonna take you down on the last play. Let's see. On the second and goal, when Russ tried to throw it to Sutton, but it was obviously out of the back of the end zone because there was good coverage. Judy was wide open coming across the middle in the in pivot route. I'm like, are you serious? Why can't they throw this dude the ball? But you got stupid people in this fan say, "Oh, he's just gonna drop it." I didn't think he dropped that long that long catch that probably would have been a touchdown. And Judy, what's crazy is Judy only has one drop on the year, one drop, and that was against Minnesota when he dropped that touchdown. See, I'm fair to all these players. If they drop something, I'm gonna call them out. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, since this guy I just don't like, I'm just gonna get him." And then like Sutton when he dropped out, I'm like seriously. And even Judy in that Minnesota game, I'm like, dude, why didn't you catch that? I don't care if there's contact, you can get that. But I'm in this fan base, but I love the Broncos. But today, they just, I don't know, just play like shit. Defense gave them chances. Offense just shot themselves in the foot. 3 picks. Russell Wilson, that's his second bad game of the year because, the Chiefs game in Arrowhead, he was putrid. But I don't know, man. problem with the Broncos is like, yeah, the offensive line start of the game didn't do shit. I think McGlinchey gave up a sack. Um, what else? Garrett Bowles gave up a sack, and then there was a sack with an uncovered guy, so that doesn't go to anyone. Interior O line did good, great as usual. No really terrible penalties outside of the Singleton penalty, obviously. So, my God, I can't believe that shit happened. And another thing is the Broncos didn't have any takeaways. They could have. Oh, I wish they recovered that fumble. Then that would have changed. That definitely would have changed the tide. That would have for sure changed the tide, man. Because guess what? That touchdown most likely never happens, and then we'll probably get a field goal out of it. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. But I don't know. I just don't know. Because if we recover that fumble, guess what? All we would have needed was a game-winning field goal. But it is what it is. You know, I just really wish they could get these receivers more involved, like Judy and Mims, because they are two younger guys. But they want to force feed Sutton all the time, and they bit him in the fucking dick this time. Sutton, I know he had that long touchdown, good job, but he dropped that, but dropped that one. That was bad. And then tried to go to him for that long one, and he got picked off. He's lucky the Texans didn't take advantage of that. But I gotta give credit to the Texans defense. They did good. They're gonna be good for a future. But the Broncos, like, the season's on the line. They're 6-6. Like, the Colts won. That was bad. The Titans fucking choked. The only good thing is the Browns and Steelers both lost. So we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to. If the Broncos want to make the playoffs, they're gonna have to win at least. Depending on the scenario, they're gonna have to at least win 3 out of their last 5 games, and it could happen because you got the Patriots on that schedule. You got the Chargers. You're gonna beat the Chargers at least once because they're allergic to sweeping. And then you got the Raiders and the Chargers again, and the Lions. That's probably gonna be a one loss. If they somehow beat the Lions, then they'll be fine. Like, this season's not a wash, but it's kind of falling down the disappointment because we were on a 5-game win streak, and we just lost right here. But the next week next week is a definitely must win. Today was kind of a somewhat must win because if we would have knocked off Houston, we would have been in great shape. But it is what it is, man. So the pros to this game, well, I can't really say much of the pros. Like, the bad thing, Russell Wilson, that was a bad game of him. Offensive line first half struggled, but they got it together later. Defense struggled, but got it together later. The Broncos, what I've been noticing is that they're a second half team. They have to get out of the gates quick like they did against Cleveland. Like, you can't just wait until the second half and start giving us anxiety like you did. I really thought when Russ got that 4th down conversion, we were going to score. But, instead, picked off. That 2nd and goal. I wish the fuck he just looked in front of him. Instead, he looked at Sutton because that was Judy coming right open across the middle. But it is what it is. But, people would have said, oh, he's going to drop it. No, Judy only has 1 drop on the year, and that was Minnesota. But, people are going to say, oh, I'm a Judy stand. No, it's actually a fact. Just look at the damn context. But, and if they want to use the passing game right, they're going to have to spread the ball out more. Like, you can't just, you can't, and the tight ends are pathetic, dude. They can't do shit. Dulcich, if he wasn't so injury prone, he might have been it, but I just don't know what to say. The next game is against the Chargers in LA. They gotta beat them in LA. The Chargers just allowed 6 fucking points, only scored 6 points to the worst team in the league. We better sweep these fuckers. Alright, I don't give a shit. But that's all I gotta say, guys. Make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe, and that's all I gotta say. Peace. And next week, hopefully we can, bounce back and get back in our winning ways. So see you guys later.